All right, welcome to Chair Yoga, and we're going to call today's class a surprise class. In other words, I don't know what I'm going to teach because I'm just coming back after a long journey away from yoga with being sick, and so we'll see how it goes. Make sure you've got some blocks handy or something to rest your hands on. It can be anything really. I like to have a strap and I've got a towel there or a blanket. And first and foremost, let's bring our feet flat on the floor, about hip width distance apart, sitting on the edge of the chair, and hands on the hips for a moment. Wonder Woman pose. And squeeze the hips with the hands so you feel the low back arch. We call this tilting the pelvis forward. If the pelvis was a bowl, the water would be spilling out forward. And then push down with the thumbs so you tilt the pelvis backwards so you feel a low back traction out. You feel the abdominals tighten. And for some people that might feel like a nice stretch. So let's try that a few more times. Push the thumbs a little higher and arch the back, tilt the pelvis forward, tailbone lifts, and then tuck the tailbone. And keep rocking the pelvis forward and backward a few more times. Just feel how the low back feels, the lumbar spine, the sacrum. And to do this effectively, it's often nice to be on the edge of the chair, so you're not sitting back here. Good. Now come to a nice neutral position with a slight pelvic tilt forward, just a slight pelvic tilt forward. So there's a very slight arch in the back. Rest the hands, palms face up on the thighs. And imagine that the spine is like a tree that's growing upwards. Imagine you can feel the top of the tree, the top of the head, lifting up. So you feel tall. You feel like you're creating space between each vertebra, getting taller and taller. And then allow the shoulders to roll back and drape, hang loosely over the skeleton, over the ribs. You feel the armpits relax. The bones in the arms become dangly like a marionette. But you remain tall. And on the next breath in, become aware of the feelings and sensations of what it's like to breathe slowly and gently through the nose. And when you breathe slowly and gently through the nose in an upright posture, you allow the lungs to fill more fully. And as you exhale, exhale through pursed lips And keep exhaling until you feel completely empty. You may even feel the belly pull backwards towards the spine as you empty the lungs completely. And just wait for that moment when the lungs want to fill again, gently through the nose. So your main focus is on the exhale. Emptying completely. And just waiting for the inhale to come naturally. On the next exhale, gently slide your hands down to your knees and round the back and drop the chin. Feel that stretch sensation through the back body. On the next inhale, sit up tall and bring your hands back and just tap the back of the chair. So you feel the chest open. And look, lift the chin up. So these will be our two movements, cat and cow. Exhale, slide the hands forward, round, pull the navel in, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, slide the hands back, tap the chair, shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades and look up. That's it. Now in your own time, oscillate between cat and cow. Feeling your spine wake up in those two movements. Lovely. Nobody's rushing. I love it. So it's a very sensual awakening of the spine. Very gentle movement into the body at the start of our practice. And the next time you come to neutral, lift the left hand into the air and tap the back of the chair with that left hand and turn towards the left. Lift the hand back up as you let go and face the front, and then switch hands. Right hand into the air, right hand comes behind, turning to the right. Releasing, lifting both hands into the air and then back to the left. And then to the right. So once again, having that oscillation between inhale and exhale. And the breath setting the rhythm for the body to coordinate. Left twist and then right twist. So once again, getting the spine and the neck involved in a delicious way. So anything that's a little uncomfortable or painful simply means you're going a little too far, a little too fast. Imagine you're warming up the spine. The spine is warming up. As it moves, it secretes synovial fluid, which is a fluid that allows the bones, the vertebra, to glide over each other. So as we move, we start to feel this gliding, non-friction, the sense of movement, often called warming up. And you might find as you warm up, you get more range of motion. You can start to turn a little deeper. And the next time you come to neutral, pause. And just to relieve the low back, grab the knees and create some torso circles. Notice how that circular movement feels on the spine. Check that your feet are nice and flat on the floor, nice and stable. And reverse direction. And the next time you come to neutral, pause. And if you have some blocks handy, grab one in each hand. Now, if you don't have blocks, that's okay. We'll even do the exercise without blocks as well. Bring them down beside you, shoulders back and down. Let the weight of the blocks pull down on the hands. And you're simply going to seesaw from side to side. So almost like one block's pulling you down. You might even feel it tap the ground. And your ear, your left ear comes towards the left shoulder. And the right arm dangles. And then you slowly come up using your core strength to lift you up. And then you lean to the other side. So you can lean into the block. Breathe. Now, if you're not using blocks, you're going to be relying completely on core strength. So you might prefer, inhale neutral, exhale lifts to the other side. You might even prefer not to use the blocks because that won't give you any support and it's going to create strength in the lateral muscles as they hold you and prevent you from tipping off. You could even leave the blocks in position and lean hands free from side to side. And those with a little more core strength can start to tap the back of the head as you lean to one side and then the other. That's going to increase the demand on the core. And once again, as you warm up, as the muscles get the gist of what you're doing, you're going to find you mightn't need the blocks at all. Good. And of course, if you want to go to the next level, you're simply going to arch the arm over into a rainbow over the head. It's going to add at least 6 times the demand on the muscles. Good. So while this is opening and stretching one side of the rib cage, it's really strengthening the lateral muscles of the core on the other, the obliques. Good. Once again, the breath creating the rhythm. The next time you come to neutral pause, notice what those 6 directions of the spine have done for you. And a few circles to shake it out. A few in each direction. And pause. And let's do wide stance. Feet rotated outwards. Lean left elbow on right leg and dangle right arm. Now that right arm, imagine it's like an elephant trunk, and you're going to allow the trunk to rotate without resistance. So you create this circular orbit with the arm dangling. You're really allowing the shoulder to come out of the joint. Slow it down and reverse direction. Slow it down. Now push down with the feet. Push the feet into the ground. And as you push the feet into the ground, float the torso up. Don't push it up with the arm, but float it up so you feel the strength of your core lift your torso up. Good. Other side. Boneless trunk, left arm. Circular orbit. Other direction. Pause. Now let's prepare the body, the core of the body, to lift you up by pressing feet into the mat. No using the elbow to push you up. And then just allow yourself to float up. Yeah. So you're really feeling the lower body is activating the upper body. So you're getting all this strength from the ground up. Let's try that a few times. It's kind of a discipline we've let go of. So lean into that left side, dangle the trunk, drop the head, push down particularly with the left foot, and then allow the torso to float up. That's it. And then the other side. Dangle the trunk, push down with the right foot. Feel the core lift you up from the ground up. One more each side. Really get used to the legs and the feet doing what they were designed to do, that is to support the body's weight. Yeah. Now while we're here, you could bring the heels maybe onto the mat, feet still rotated out, hands grab just above the knees, and you're going to lean forward. And as you lean forward, feel the hip flexors engage, and then back. Exhale forward and back. Now at some point, some of you are going to feel like you could come off the chair, so you could come off the chair into a low squat, sumo squat. Full support. Once again, the lower body really supporting the upper body. As you come back to your chair, push your buttocks back first so you really feel the chair before you come back. Woo! So it's a hip opener, hip strengthener, leg strengthener. Sumo squat. You can add intensity by coming into goddess arms. Alternating with scarecrow arms. And alternate goddess and scarecrow. So getting a little shoulder work there as well. One more round of each, goddess. Scarecrow. Z shape. Whoa, I'm really feeling this in my legs. It's been a while since I've used my legs this way. And then bringing the legs back in front, extend. And we're going to massage the back of the legs, slapping them. Just the upper legs, the hamstrings. Then move to the quads, top of the legs, upper legs. Sides, outer thighs, oh excuse me, inner thighs, and then come back to neutral, extend and push out through the heel bones, toes curled back, feel the calf muscles get that nice stretch. We'll do hinge forwards, forward folds, slide hands down, feel that stretch move into the hamstrings and low back. Come back up. And as we come back up, let's see if we can engage the core to do the movement. So as you exhale, slide forward. Now, as you inhale, push down with the sit bones, tighten the buttocks, so you feel the buttocks and the core lift you up. So once again, we're trying to create a new habit here of letting the lower body lift you up. So we're really using the powerful lower body to support the core. The next time you come up, prepare for warrior. Warrior one. Bend both knees and then rotate the right leg out. And turn the torso towards the right so that the left sit bone is free from the chair. So just the right thigh is on the chair. And step that left leg back. Come onto the ball of the foot. If the front foot doesn't fit firmly on the floor, put a block underneath. Square the hips and start to push the back heel out. Relax the back heel. Push the back heel. Relax and push. Now notice as you push the back heel, you can feel your whole body wants to lift off the chair. So let's go with that. Come off the chair as much as you like, and then come back onto the chair. So you're really opening up this back hip flexor. You're keeping good form. The hips are roughly square. Doesn't matter if they're slightly rotated to the right, the left, I mean. So you're just feeling that pulsing up and down. Now that pulsing is going to give a lot of strength into the legs. It's also going to help sustain your balance. You can use your right hand on the chair for balance if you like. And the next time you come to the chair or stand, up to you, lift both hands into warrior one. Relaxing the arms, come to the chair, slowly rotate back to center. And check in with your lower body. The lower body should have done quite some work there. You feel that? Good. All right, we're going to try the other side. So start with your classic rotation. Rotate the torso. Extend the back leg. Hands on hips or supporting with the chair. Start by pushing the heel backwards and relaxing. And as you push backwards, you feel the body wants to lift off the chair. So just working that pulse down and up. It's a micro movement where the chair takes the weight and then the feet take the weight. The legs take the weight. So it's like doing a split squat of sorts. Great strengthener for the legs, the core, and the hips. Now the next time you push back, you're either off the chair or on the chair. Hold that static warrior one, arms lifted or supported with the chair. Relax back onto the chair. And rotate back to center. Now it's been quite some time since I've done the warrior poses, so for me, this is really hitting the legs big time, which is great. Great to be back in the saddle. So, of course, there's at least, well, there's many warrior poses, so we'll move to warrior 2, open right hip. Now with warrior 2, heel toe the left leg out. Now my torso's probably at a 45-degree angle. Some people with more hips open are going to have a 90-degree angle, but 45 is fine. The main thing here I want to notice with the feet is front foot is facing to the right, back foot is slightly angled in. I don't know if you can see that clearly on my screen. I'll move that towel out of the way. So I've got a kind of inward pigeon-toed back foot. It's not outwards. Now let's see if we can simulate what we did before with that coming off the chair, on the chair. So to come off the chair, I hinge forward and come up and then back down to the chair. So torso leans forward, I come up into that classic warrior 2 and then back. So it's really the position of my hips that's going to determine whether I'm off the chair or on the chair. And my front leg is taking the bulk of the weight of the body. The next time you come up or stay on the chair, float the arms out into warrior 2. Really feeling that front leg taking the weight. And then pushing the hips back, find the chair and relax. And once again, I'm finding my legs are waking up. Wow. It's amazing when you don't do some work on the lower body for a while. So we're going to go to the other side. Once again, establishing the form and the torso somewhat 45 degrees to that 90-degree opening. Good stable feet. Hinge forward, lifts me off the chair and back onto the chair. So all I'm doing is working the legs on and off the chair here. Feeling my legs and hips take the weight and then relax the weight. And feeling how active the feet are in that transfer of weight from off the chair to on the chair. And the next time you come up or on the chair, I have a bad back shoulder, so I'll just do one arm out. And if you're not feeling too much in the legs, just sink a little lower so you bring that thigh, that left thigh into almost parallel to the ground. Exhale, pushing the buttocks back, find your chair. Let your weight gently sink back into the chair. And of course the beauty of Warrior 2 is it really opens the hips. You feel that hip opening as well. Wow, I'm appreciating my lower body like I've never appreciated it before. Thank you, lower body. So I'm going to give it a little bit of joy here as I bring up my right knee, and you can even lean into the back of the chair if you want to. Extend the left leg out. And then you can rotate that foot. See if you can resist the temptation to hunch the shoulders here. Rotate the foot in the opposite direction. And then lifting the torso up, and let's do that consciously again. Push down with the buttocks as you lift up so you really feel the core engage as you lift up, and cross the ankle over the knee of that left leg. Grip the toes and ankle and turn the handle. Let the arms do the work. Let the right ankle relax. Other way. Maybe give the foot a bit of a rub or a slap. And then grabbing the knee and the foot, sit upright, find a slight pelvic forward. So think of all the work we did at the beginning of class where you sat upright. And we're going to use the strength of the arms to lift up into pigeon and down a few times. So it's like a bicep curl where the arms are doing the work to create the stretch in the right piriformis. Continue with that movement, except lean back into your chair and bring the opposite knee up. So the knee is pushing the ankle and you're getting a deeper stretch. That's it, good. The next time you come up, squeeze and extend that left leg. Exhale, releasing slowly. Use the core to lift you up. Core, 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 core. Come up slowly. Lifting the opposite knee up in. Squeeze and rotate the foot. Extend that right leg. Opposite direction. And then bending right knee, feeling the pigeon. Grab ankle and toes, turn the handle. Turn the other way if you haven't already. and then massaging, slapping the foot, giving it a little bit of love. Thank you, foot. Find your posture, bicep curls, just starting to get into the piriformis on the left side. Keep the posture so you're not rounding the back as you lift that leg. And that leg can be quite heavy, so it's a good bicep curl. Now you can lean back into your chair and that right knee can push it as well. So you're really getting the deeper stretch here. Help slow down the degeneration of the low back, that L5, S1, where the sacrum and the lumbar spine come together. Hold back and extend right leg out. Oh, toes curled back. And then slowly release. Find your posture. See how a couple of torso circles go. Each direction. And then find your posture as you did at the beginning of class, where the spine is like a tree growing towards the sky, crown of the head lifting you up, arms dangle from the shoulders over the torso. Let the face be soft. And then become conscious of that first slow, gentle inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. So each inhale is very natural and complete, without effort, but full. Hopefully you're feeling the fullness of your breath. It's no longer this shallow breath, but the whole cavity of the chest, the abdomen, coordinating to deepen the breath, naturally, without force. And then the exhale, long and slow, emptying completely. Changing the way you breathe, changes the way you feel. And on the next exhale, gently float the hands together at the chest. Let the head bow in gratitude. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.